The following is a Live the Dream Media production.
You're listening to the Live the Dream Media Network, Arizona's premier live podcast studio and online radio.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the local Marana live stream podcast. The one and only, the official #1 podcast in Marana. Yes, FeedSpot gave us that coveted honor last week through an email. And, they didn't send a plaque or anything, but we'll take it. So we are doing our thing. We got a lot of big things coming next week. If you haven't heard, Wake Up Tucson's very own Christopher DeSimone is moving his show to our network, and he will be live streaming on video and on our online radio platform. We have our own app, so if you haven't gotten that, make sure you go and do that. This show right now is playing on that app as well. All of you listening on the app right now, we appreciate you so much. Let's give them an applause for doing that. Yeah, we're over 2,000 listeners on our online radio platform, which is just really, really awesome. And Christopher DeSimone's going to be running Monday through Friday, 6 a.m. to 9 a.m. Don't miss his show. He's got guests from all over the United States joining him. And their word is that a congressman is going to be jumping on his show with him on his first episode on Monday. So don't miss out. Another great guest is here with us today. I have the honor of having Rhea.
Rhea, yeah.
Yes. I always confuse. I say Rhea, rah. But I got Rhea here, and she is an awesome person, just all around. She's here in the complex with us. She is a Marana business, which is really cool, a local Marana business. Yep. And she has done some of our cool merch, or our company. We call it our company gear, right? This hat right here. Yeah, look at this. This is so awesome. And it's been really cool because I've come up to you with like ideas from projects, and you've taken time to meet with me like, hey, this is kind of what I need, what we're looking for. And you're like, okay, yeah, we'll just make it happen.
I got you.
Yeah. So let's learn a little bit about you and let the listeners and viewers know about you and what you do.
Yeah. So my name is Rhea. I am the owner of Rowdy Made Co. Originally, my business was the Rowdy Society, and as we grew into our brand, we rebranded the first of the year on January 1st. So we are now Rowdy Made Co., and like David said, we are a local Marana business. Proud of that because Marana has really built our business, and we've just had so much support through the town of Marana that I'm really proud to say that I am a local Marana business. Yeah. So a little bit about us. We are an event-based interactive business. So what we do is we do hat bars, we do branding bars, and what really grew our business is our trucker hat bars. So you come to an event, we have blank hats, patches, pins, chains, decals, and you pick your vibe and we make them come to life for you. So we that's really what has grown our business, and it's something that we love. We've grown the business in getting to know other people, and it's just been very interactive, and we've loved doing that. And then over the course of the year and a half, we branched out and added other things. So we have our Western hat bar that we launched on January 15th. Same similar concept as the trucker hat bar, where you start off with a blank cowboy hat and then you add feathers and ribbons and all that kinds of stuff to make your own one-of-a-kind Western hat. And then our branding bar, the first year of us being in business, we did a lot of rodeos and a lot of Western events. And so we were trying to think of something else as we were doing this that people are already there. They're wearing their Western boots. They're wearing their cowboy hats. And so we launched the branding bar as just another service to them, something to make their boots stand out or just be a little more customized. And they latched onto that, and that grew too. So we have those 3 services that we offer. We are more event-based now. When we first started, we kind of started off like in markets, and as the business grew, we now kind of are just more large event-based in private parties. And it's been an absolute blast. It's so cool to see your dream come to life, and it just starts as you and then adding other people. So I'm very blessed to have my mom, my sister-in-law, a part of my team, and then I have 2 other girls, hat bar assistant girls that have been a part of my team, and I'm so grateful.
Let's get that applause going there, Raul.
Yeah.
And for the viewers and listeners, Mom's here in the studio with us. You can't
Yes.
see her, so she's here with us, hanging out, which is really, really cool.
She needed a more official title, so we call her Momager now. So she's
Momager?
Yeah, she's kind of she's managing the books and making sure that I have everything aligned. So
Yeah, all the fun stuff.
Exactly.
Right?
And
Way to go, Mom.
she's my organization. I'm pretty organized, but sometimes like we just have so much going on to have another set of eyes. I'm so grateful for. So yeah.
It just gets to a certain point where you really have to start delegating just because out of necessity,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
It's not. I mean, I think some people get caught up in the idea that I'm so busy, and they go and do that before they're there at that level. But it's like, dig in the trenches as far as you can until you need some more help. And once you get to that point, it's just a harsh reality. Like, hey, I gotta pull in some help.
Right. Well, and it's funny because before the Rowdy Made company, I worked in corporate America, and I worked in an industry where you don't really ask for help because it's like a weakness. And now, like, I'm like, no, I need help. Like, give me all the help. And so it is like, it's just a totally different mentality for me now. And just realizing like I'm at the point where I'm not serving everybody when it's just me. Like I need to ask for help and have those others, lift me up too. So
Right.
Yeah.
And it's different too when you're investing in people.
Yes.
A lot of folks won't understand that, but when you're running a business and putting something like this together,
Correct.
you have to understand that you're investing in those people as well.
Absolutely.
Like you're helping them grow,
Absolutely.
helping them get skills and things to better them. And if they go and do their own thing, like we've had people here that learned a lot and then they go and do their own business.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Which is totally fine.
Right.
Like we don't want to constrict you to just like this is all you get.
Yeah.
Wear
We're the best. Stay here.
But
we are the dream.
yeah. But we also want you want to have an environment and stuff that's going on where they want to stay.
Right.
And,
Exactly.
and do things, and
Right.
this particular person went and did their own clothing line and all that stuff, which is great, which wasn't anything we were doing. So
Right.
it makes sense. But, it happens and you want to continue to invest in people. So when you can, and then when you get good people, it's even more awesome.
Right.
Which it's not always the case. Let's be real.
Yeah, no, it's not. And, you just have to find the people that kind of go with your vibe. And I mean, like you were saying, investing in other people. I mean, my sister-in-law was one of them. She was in college and they just moved here 4 years ago from upstate New York. And so they lived in like kind of a small town. And so when they moved out here, it was big. It was big out here for them. And seeing her from day one to where she is now and just kind of flourishing in her career, but still being able to help us, it's really cool to see. It's really, really cool to see, especially family too,
Yeah.
So
how do you come up with this idea? So you're in corporate, you're working, you're grinding.
Right.
What propelled you into creating this? What was going around in your environment that made you want to do this?
So one word, pandemic. And then really and truly, I've always had an entrepreneurial spirit. I just didn't know where the road was going to take me. So when the pandemic hit, I didn't really have an option. I was a trainer. I couldn't train people. We weren't hiring people. And it just gave me a moment of silence where I can kind of be creative, where when I worked corporate America, it was go, go, go all the time. And I just never had an opportunity to create. I was building their dream and, building their business. And so when that was taken away from me, it just gave me a time to focus on myself, and this whole new Rhea evolved. And it's cool to see, even as my business has grown too, like just seeing my creativity and the things that I have my hands in and them growing, and even just, businesses that I have, networked with, like you guys and stuff like that. It's really cool to see, like these visions and bringing other people's visions to life, and just it's really has flourished my business. So
Yeah.
Pandemic. Yeah, I know. I was a pandemic business, but I'm grateful for it, because it's got me to where I am now. And I don't, knock on wood, I don't ever want to have to go back. So,
talking about the pandemic thing, and this is just opinion wise.
Mm-hmm.
There was a lot of different ways to deal with it at that time, right? You saw a lot of people that would isolate, lock themselves in, and sit and wallow, right? Or in fear, and not turn their phone off and continue to watch garbage media, which is something I despise. The legacy media and all that stuff.
Yeah.
I'll make that clear on our network now at this point,
right?
And it's something to say when you embraced.
Mm-hmm.
What was going on.
I did.
You took that silence and that brief isolation to go, okay, how do I get better?
Mm-hmm.
What can I do to improve my life?
Right.
Which is something, it's one of those things I don't think you can teach.
No. Yeah, I know. You're absolutely right.
Is it like, and I talked to Clint about this stuff. Is it something in our wiring? Is it something from growing up? Is it something mom showed us? Is it something,
Absolutely.
Is it,
Yeah.
what causes that? So
right.
What do you think causes that?
I don't know. It's hard to say. I mean, for me, I just, ever since I was 16 years old, I've always worked and I've always hustled. So that like instilled in me from my mom. My mom has always been a hustler and stuff like that and worked hard. And growing up and seeing her, start from the bottom of positions and work her way up has always inspired me. And so that's what I felt like I wanted in corporate America. And then, like I said, when it got taken out from underneath me, I was like, I have no other choice. Like, working in the industry that I was in, like it was hard, and you work, you don't 365 days out of the year, and you're just pretty much like, yes, all the time. And for my family and my life, like I didn't have that family quality time. And so when I was given this opportunity and this creativity and this passion, I was like, this has to work. I got to do something to make it, figure it out. I was scared, but I just kept grinding until something stuck, So there's been a lot of trial and error along the way, we started off with shirts, and we still do shirts to this day. But what has really grown our business has been the trucker hats, and we've just kind of stuck with that, and then just added these other services that we can enhance our business with. So just being open to that.
Proud supporter of those services.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So,
with the growth, there's a lot of stuff that happens. There's a lot of things that go on operationally.
Yeah.
We're dealing with some stuff and trying to figure new things out, which is, we put time aside to do that, to blow stuff up, we call it. So
I love it.
What has been a key piece of technology or software or something that has helped with your business, that has helped propelled, whether it be social media, certain platforms? Has it been content creation? Has it been, something? Is there something that has helped you?
I want to say like, oh, we've grown our business through Instagram and we have thousands and thousands and thousands of followers, but it's not that. It's doing the work and me and sharing with other people and getting in front of other people and telling them what we do. And I've hit the streets a lot and have done a lot of events and have talked to a lot of people. And I really, truly can say I feel like 95% of our business is getting in front of other people and sharing what we do. So there's that. I mean, yes, we do have a really loyal following on Instagram, but I mean, we're not in the thousands and thousands and thousands like, you know, some people. But I just say, like, I still feel like I'm kind of like an old soul where like talking to people is what creates magic, you know? So
you're an extrovert.
Yeah. I'm a
That's
yapper.
good. That's
I'm
a good.
yapper.
Yeah, that's what we're gonna go yap.
Yeah, we're gonna yap today, guys.
Yeah, no. So that's a good thing, right?
Yeah.
You know, people get the optics of social media, you know, kind of all messed up, right? Like,
Right.
oh, if I've got, you know, so and so many thousand followers, I'm gonna be rocking and rolling, right?
My business is gonna be soaring.
Yeah. Which it's great to have that.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, it's great, but you know, if you were to look at your conversion rates and stuff on your followers and all that stuff on a like in a repeated way, you're gonna go, that's probably not where I need to. I mean, it's good. You got to make content. That's just the reality. And
Yeah.
you seen those memes, just like I'm a business owner, but I also have to create content, and you know what I mean.
I'm
It's
exhausted.
Yeah, it's necessary, but you know,
Right.
one key thing is you're talking about in-person networking,
Yep.
right?
Yep.
And what are you building when you go do that? Trust,
Yeah.
relationships, right? Yeah.
And I feel like so many people nowadays, you know, they hide behind screen, you know, and there's just something about that genuine in front of you relationship that you feel that connection, where online, I mean, you can't necessarily feel that, you know, and I feel like sometimes, you know, messages can be misconstrued too, like through the internet, you know, like where you felt like you had this happy tone and they took it as like, oh my gosh, this girl's a downer, you know? And so like, you know, getting in front of people and feeling their energy and feeling that genuine connection, I don't know. I can't explain it, you know, but it's something that I've just thrived off of, you know?
Yeah.
So
It's cool you bring it up. So I personally had a really big weakness with that when I started.
really,
Yeah.
that surprises me.
Yeah, I really did.
Yeah.
I think it was because I was coming out of a world where I was surrounded by negativity for the most part.
Yeah.
Right. For
Yeah.
well over a decade of my life, I was surrounded by crazy negativity stuff. So
Right.
wanting like all that energy expelled on working to comfort those
Right.
people in those situations, and then coming out here and going, you know, like,
Yeah.
but
I'm happy.
I've talked about this before on a couple other shows. So if
Yeah.
somebody's tired of hearing it, I don't really care. But I got roasted by Mayor Ed Honey.
Really? Wow.
Yeah, he was doing a show here. We miss him, by the way.
Yeah, me
Rest in
too.
peace. And
Yeah.
he walks over into that control room right over there, and he just comes up to me. He's like, David, you're horrible at relationships. I was like, oh, you're right. And so he reminded me of how important what you're talking about is.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, you need to go out there. They want to see you. They need
Yeah.
to see you. You need to get out and just do stuff
Yeah.
and be better.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, yes, sir. You know, so
Yeah.
he became a mentor for me at that point, you
Yeah.
know, and that's why we have his picture up there on the wall.
I know. I love
Yeah.
that picture of Clint. Yeah. That's such a good photo.
But it's so important. And I've
Mm-hmm.
seen it since that conversation with him, and since getting involved with different things and, you know, stepping back into
yeah.
meeting with people and doing things, I've seen a huge change
Yeah.
in
Well, and that's
what we're doing.
I admire about Mayor Ed Honey too is we did a lot of Town of Marana events when we first started, and there is not an event that he was not at. Shaking hands,
Right.
like we call it, shaking hands, kissing babies.
Yeah.
He was out there doing the work, you know, and it was really cool to see. And then it just makes you proud, you know, like where you live too. And then your mayor's out there, you know, doing what you attest to too, you know, shaking hands, kissing babies. And so, yeah, that was one thing that like I admired and like looked up to him.
Didn't he go to your grand opening?
He did, yeah.
So-
Yeah.
All the things the mayor could have been doing,
Yeah.
and he showed up.
Yeah, he took a photo and held my plaque when I became a chamber member of the Town of Marana. So he was like, his hands were in everything.
Yeah.
You know,
Really.
which was cool.
Yeah, he had a big part in our success, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
He broke this barrier for us in this like production stuff.
Right.
You know, we were okay at it, but
Right.
once we were like, oh man, the mayor's going to come and do stuff, we had to like really step up our game, because he was bringing in,
Yeah.
you know, Dan Streeter, the superintendent of Marana, and
Yeah.
some of your leaders in the fire department and police and everything. And we're like, okay, we can't be putting out like a trash product. Like we
Right.
got to really, really tune this thing in. And so he pushed us a lot too.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it's
He's
always
a great guy.
always great to recognize all the stuff externally
Right.
from us.
Right.
Right.
Yep.
So people see how important that is, that it's, get rid of the self-image of everything. Like we can't do any of this on our own.
Right. Right.
Like there's no way.
No.
So
Absolutely.
it's okay to give credit where credit is due.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Exactly.
So again, I just love the reminder, and I want people they're thinking about starting a business and doing their own thing. These are key pieces here.
Mm-hmm.
Like you could take what we're talking about right now and put it in a classroom.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
You learn your stuff in your book
Yeah,
and how to
exactly.
conform and do all that stuff.
Right.
But you need to add this in here because that's not going to be in your book.
Right. No, absolutely not. No.
No offense to the system, but
In our
Come on.
family, we used to always say like they're book smart, but we street smart.
yeah, we street smart. Yeah. yeah. Yeah.
So
no.
that's how we roll.
Yeah, no, I think it's a key thing. I saw an article not too long ago about Elon Musk, and a lot of people are up in arms about him right now. But he actually he was talking about MBAs and how they don't really work in his system because they tend to just stick into system.
Right.
And they don't go, all right, well, how do we explore and do this other thing and create this other stuff?
Right.
So you got to have this different will.
Right.
So-
Yeah, exactly.
So what's been the most challenging thing for you in this journey? And how long have you been in this journey now?
So we're coming up on 2 years
2
in
years.
July. Yeah.
Okay.
So it's been a crazy ride. The most challenging thing, honestly, I want to say is social media. Because when I started, I knew absolutely nothing. And so that was one thing that I kind of feared, because you have this in your head, like you have to be present on social media. You have to post so many times a day. You have to this, you have to that in order for your business to be successful. And it used to drain me, coming up with content and trying to come up with stuff that you hope that sticks and all that kinds of stuff. And finally, I just I had to let go. And I was just like, you know what? What's meant to be is what's meant to be, And so, yeah, social media was a huge challenge for me because it consumed me for the longest time. And so one thing, that I did on there is after events, I just would do a recap. That was kind of what I felt like I was known for, for the event, so that people can see we're out there, we're in the communities, we're doing work. And I just kind of continued to do that. And I felt like those are kind of what because they want to see. People want to see what you're doing. They want to see what events you're at or what other hats people are creating. And so I kind of just stayed true to that because one, it brought me joy. And two, it was something that I could reflect back on, because in my phone, I have thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of pictures, but when they're all in a clip and it says oh, Tucson Rodeo or something like that, then I'm like, oh my gosh, yeah, that's where I made that hat, instead of scrolling in my photo album.
It's like a personal journal.
Yes,
it's really
exactly.
Cool. Yeah.
So yeah, social media that was more my own struggle, my own, because I knew nothing about it, starting with 0 followers and now we're almost to 2,000, it was a struggle for me.
Yeah.
Finding that place. So
yeah, it's a challenge.
It is.
Because you got to run your business, but you got to do your social media. You got, it's
we're doing events and we're this and we're that. Yeah. So
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah, it's hard. You guys are so good at it.
Well, here's okay.
I love watching yours.
We use a lot of AI.
Got it.
Yeah, and
Makes
we do have a social media content creator now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we have somebody working with us. Her name's Demi. She puts together all the funny videos and stuff you're seeing.
Yes.
She's the one. She comes in here and she just bosses us around and tells us what to do.
Right.
But we're running out of time for this segment. Here, before you go.
Yes. I got to plug a couple things.
Do it.
Okay.
Do it.
So we are going to be at the Tucson Rodeo February 15th, 16th, 20th to the 23rd. Yeah. And then we are going to be doing the Cole Wetzel concert for the Color Guard Classic, their Rock Fest. We're just going to be there that one night, March 8th. And so we have a giveaway on our Instagram page right now. So if you're not already following Rowdy Made Co, to enter to win that giveaway. And then if you're just wanting to go to a night of country and listen to Cole Wetzel, go on our website. We have a link in our bio. You can purchase tickets and plug Anton as your Tucson conquistador.
Anton Chisholm.
Anton
The
Chisholm.
man.
Yeah, the man. So,
All right, one more thing.
yes.
Mentor the people of Marana for us. What do you got to say to them today?
Go for it. Dream big, and just go for it. Do it scared, and just chase your dreams. Live the dream.
Live the dream. I love it. All right. Well, thank you so much for being on with us
Yes, my
today.
pleasure.
We will see you soon.
Yes.
And we will be purchasing more stuff, I'm sure.
Yeah,
pretty
I'm
soon.
excited.
All right. Thanks again, Rowdy Made Co.
Yes.
Rio, thank you so much for being here. We
Absolutely.
appreciate it. If you haven't yet, go follow her on Instagram and on Facebook as well, and any other platform you can find her on. We will be back after this break. See you in a bit.
My heat and air were in a state of disrepair.
Happy New Year and welcome to 2025. It's a new year, but we still have air conditioning and heating systems at last year's prices. We have high-efficient inverter systems for as low as $89 a month. For year-round comfort, call Picture Rocks Cooling, Heating, and Plumbing at 520-492-0748 or PictureRocksCooling.com.
Picture Rocks Cooling, Heating and Plumbing.
Hi, I'm Alan Murdoch. For the past 20 years, I've been buying, fixing, and selling properties right here in southern Arizona. And I want to buy your property. Whether it's a house, apartment, commercial building, or vacant land, regardless of the condition or the situation, I want to talk to you. When you sell to me, I pay cash and it's hassle-free. No repairs, no closing costs, and no commissions. If you have a property you don't want to deal with and you want a quick solution, call, text, or visit selltalon.com. Again, that's selltalon.com.
Discover the power of 88 Crime, where your anonymous tips are rewarded with cash. When you call in anonymously with the tip, you are given a code. With the code and a password, you can walk into a bank and redeem your reward anonymously. If your anonymous tip results in a felony arrest, you can claim up to $2,500 cash reward. Let's stop the silence on crime and strive for a safer community. For more information, please visit 88crime.org or call 88crime.
Copper Creek Cookies, Copper Creek Cookies, CopperCreekCookies.net. We can print anything on our soft vanilla logo cookies. We deliver them and other sweet treats locally. We are located at 4249 West Ina Road, Suite 121. Call us 520-300-1131. We bake smiles. Copper Creek Cookies, Copper Creek Cookies, CopperCreekCookies.net.
You're listening to the Live the Dream Media Network, Arizona's premier live podcast studio and online radio.
El Presidente.
Yeah, back in the house.
Back in the house.
Happy Wednesday.
Yeah. I can hear a little music playing in the background there.
It's
Just
beautiful.
bring it into a nice serenade out of the break, you know.
Flirting with disaster.
How's it going this morning, Clint?
That's
Welcome.
awesome.
It's good to have you on
Happy
the second.
Wednesday.
Yeah,
Yeah.
happy Wednesday.
Good show.
Yeah, she's great.
She's cool, isn't she? I
Yeah.
like her.
Yeah, she's a lot of good things.
I like her.
Talked about relationships again.
Yeah.
Talked about our good friend Ed Honey.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, we're going to talk about him a little bit right now.
Good.
We can I just jump in?
Yeah. Psh.
Local Marana.
Hit the gas.
We have John Post was sworn in as the next mayor of Marana last night.
It's wonderful.
David Udall administering the oath, and of course we miss Ed. 2 months today that he passed away.
Man.
And it's now starting to really sink in, right?
Yeah.
Because for a while it was just so surreal.
Yeah.
But I haven't seen him in 60 days, and I was seeing him every 2 or 3 days, so that becomes real after a while.
Yeah. Yeah.
We are in good hands
Mm-hmm.
with John Post. John Post, born and raised here. I should have asked him the other day how long he's been on the council, but it's been a number of years.
Mm-hmm.
It's got to be. This has got to be three terms, right? It's got to be. Anybody out there, John? If you're listening this morning,
Correct us. Yeah.
correct us.
Throw it in
but
the comments, whatever.
It's
Give
got
us
to
a
be.
call.
Got to be. This has got to be his third term.
Yeah.
That special election next year. Talk about a biggie in Marana. I mean, this is a red letter in lights, 5 seats on the 7-seat council are going to be up for grabs.
Holy
5
shnikes.
seats.
Wow. That's a lot.
The only 2 seats are Roxanne and Mr. Kavanaugh.
Yeah.
That's the only 2 seats that aren't going to be open.
Mm. So if you like the way things are in Marana, you should probably be paying attention to things. That's all I'm going to say.
I personally like the way things are.
Yeah,
I
me
mean,
too.
On the whole,
yeah.
You know, I'm not giving them A+, but
yeah, everything that Marana has and is doing right now could change in one election.
Absolutely.
So
absolutely.
If you're not paying attention to that stuff, you know, I can't help but to say, you know, I know we got a new president and you know, that was inaugurated and there's a lot of changes and stuff going on, but ultimately local politics is something that is the most important to you. And you should be paying attention because it affects your day to day.
I've always been taught, this is the line that I've heard, and most people probably heard this, all politics are local.
Yeah.
All politics are local. Yes, what goes on in Washington is extremely important to us nationally. But I was just listening to our good buddy Chris DeSimone on the right end. Wake Up with Chris DeSimone starts here Monday, 27th, 6 o'clock.
Yeah.
Thank you. Talking about tax rates and around the county in different places, and they're hovering in the high 6s, low 7s. Tucson's getting ready to go to just south of 10. And they're up. The taxes in Marana or in Tucson are up 60% since 2020. Now, let me ask you a question. Have personal finances gone up 60% since 2020?
No.
I would argue with inflation, they probably dropped 3, 4, 5, 6, 8% personal finances.
Right.
Real quick side, you mentioned a while ago that the president, we've got a new president. The March rally or the January rally in the market is the real thing. Started about a week ago. Well, we closed the year hard. It was not nice. The Santa Claus rally did not happen, but man, the last week to 10 days, the market has just been thriving. And I'm just guessing. I'm not an analyst, but I think we're going to have a good year.
Yeah.
I'm seeing, especially the Bears. They're calling for anywhere from 10, 12 to 20%.
Wow.
Across the board.
Wow.
Of course, we've always got the Bulls. We need those pushbacks. We need. Isn't that amazing in every market? And I've been studying the market now for 50 years. There's always some that it's just this is the best market ever.
Yeah.
In most cases, there's a few, and then this is the end of times.
Yeah. Yeah.
For the record, I come down kind of in the middle there. It's not the best forever, but it's not the worst.
Yeah. There's a lot of interesting things going on in the market. That's good. And you know, I couldn't help but tell you and express to you how the legacy media, this is all they have. They're such clowns. This is all they have. All they have is what's going on in Washington right now. And they're going to run on it and run on it and run on it. Not only that, they're already starting all of this lies and deceit stuff going out and everything. And I'm like, here's my message to folks.
Spin.
Here's my message to folks. Just remember, these are the same people that told you to lock yourself in your house. Told you that if you didn't get a shot, you were a murderer. That you didn't love other people.
Let's wrap yellow tape around parks. That'll save us.
That's the same people.
Yeah.
And I will never let that down. I will always remind folks when we get into this kind of political season and stuff like that, don't forget that stuff. There's a lot of things we don't forget. Yeah. Horrible things that happen, right? 9/11, other things, but that's one of them. I'm as we move in, you know what I mean? Don't forget. You can forgive by all means, right? That's something we should do. But it's okay to remember. And move on, and let's stop dividing households with the politics and stuff.
Can I jump in here real quick and say, anybody that knows you and I'm going to mention you now. I'm going to call you out right now. But I'm calling me out too. We are firm independents.
Yes,
100%. I don't join cults of any kind. I'm looking right at you. I don't join political parties. I just don't. It's not something I'm comfortable doing, to being told how to think, how to do, how to operate. So I'm a free thinker right in the middle. I'm going to make up my mind based on the facts as best I can acquire them.
Right.
Right?
Right.
Do you feel the same way?
Yes.
So we're not picking a side here. We're either going forward or we're falling behind. Left or right doesn't change. That's and you know what? I will call out as many right leaners. You and I kind of chuckled behind the scenes this week, right? Fair enough. Yeah. Just stop it.
Yeah.
Woo! Stop it. What'd you do to participate in that victory? Honestly, the people we're talking about, nothing.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, you're a net negative gain in this.
Yeah.
Just go sit on the sidelines. Until you come up with something else.
Yeah.
Please, just set this one out.
Yeah.
Right? You're not helping.
Yeah. No, not at all.
Hey, one other thing. This is Local Marana. I guess we're going to have to change our moniker to Local Marana / Local Oro Valley, like local Northwest Pima. Big announcement came out Saturday. I even questioned you, like, "Hey, am I for real? Is this? I mean, this is something that had been discussed."
There was several layers of questioning that went on before the article went out.
I knew it had to happen, but I had to get one more layer of verification. Christopher DeSimone threw his hat in the ring for Oro Valley mayor.
Yeah, it's big time.
And to sit with him and John on Monday, as I did, David was too busy. He was having roofing put on. Hey, they're coming to me today.
Are they?
Yeah. David and I both need roof.
I have contractors in the house right now.
Are they there
it's
now?
Been a mess. Yeah. Whatever.
Yeah, a lot of, my home's getting old. My house is, I think it's like 18 years old now.
Mine's
so
20.
It's kind of to be expected. And wasn't as bad as I thought. Wasn't as bad as yours.
Thanks.
No, I mean, that you had more damage than I did from the most recent storm. Thanks. I really anticipated it to be more severe than what it was.
That's good. That's always the best when it's not that bad.
Because our buddy Daniel, Blueprint Roofing, he was setting us up, and he went through, and then he dropped. I'm like, well, what's the number? And he gave it to me. I'm like, yeah, let's go. Let's do this.
Yeah.
Hey, one more thing real quick before I jump back, because I come in fired up, ready to go. I have an incredible guest. I hope you'll stick around at 10 o'clock on the Clint Peak Show. I have an American hero coming in. His name is Craig Sawyer, and he's coming in, and I'm really stoked to have him. I love all of our guests. They're great. They're the ones that come in on all these shows. They're hand selected. These are people that we love, we care about.
Right.
A few of them I don't know as well, and I get to know them hopefully on the podcast. But this guy right here is he's an incredible human being. He's an American hero.
Looking forward to it.
Yeah. I'm really looking forward to it.
I love it.
Got some cool guests coming up later. I'll go ahead and plug it. Got an NFL referee coming in, former NFL referee coming in next week. So the Super Bowl will be lined up. We'll know who it is.
All right.
And you know one of the questions I'm going to ask him? How deep does this Kansas City chief referee go? It looks pretty bad. You know what?
It's pretty bad.
I want in on this.
Okay, yeah.
I think that's just a lie, man. Pat Mahomes is a stud.
Oh no!
But you can't touch him.
Did you watch the game?
Here's my.
Where you at? Where you at?
Show your face.
Come on,
there you go.
Come
there
on.
You go.
Look at there. We got a new player in the house. Shay right there.
You got some ringing going on in there, buddy. Better turn those speakers.
You know what? Hey, dude. There's no way. Hey, I don't care who wins. My guys, they've been out since Halloween. So, but
hey, you got to go with Pat Mahomes because he was
they
a
were
former
out week
baseball
5,
player.
Clint. They were out week 5.
Halloween.
Ooh.
I think that's before.
That's what mine was out too.
Yeah, preseason.
My team's got first draft picks.
Hey, hey, Raul, I'm not questioning talent. I'm not questioning. It seems like that has nothing to do with this. That has zero to do with it. I'm just talking about the officiating that I see. Wow, there's some serious question marks. I mean, you've got to, and it's not just one game. It's been like for the last 2 or 3 seasons. I'll be honest about it. And I'm not crying. I don't have a dog in the fight. I don't care if the Chiefs win. I don't care if who we got left. The
got the Bills. I got the Bills winning this. I got the Bills winning it all this year.
I have no dog in the fight at all. I'm just saying some of this looks suspect.
Yeah.
If it was once or twice, you'd go because. Now I'll go one step further, Raul, just for you. The whole thing looks a little suspect to me because I grew up in the '60s, '70s. People hit each other.
Yeah. After going and seeing Julius Erving, I was reminded that how big of a joke the NFL is now.
Yeah, it's a different
We're
game.
playing flag football for the Pro Bowl.
You know what? We are. That compared to what I grew up with.
I want everybody wearing pink.
Yeah. We grew up with.
And leotards.
Yeah. Oh, there's some tough.
Just saying.
Yeah. Butkus and Ditka and that. Yeah. There were some bad dudes, bad men played the game back then.
They built the game. If you look at it now, our kickoffs.
Yeah.
Dude, are you serious?
We don't even, Well, we don't have a kickoff.
Yeah. And it's like what Julius was talking about is like, you're not entitled to play that game.
Mm-mm.
You're getting paid to play the game. Don't play the game.
Hey, you know what? Let's touch on that. What a wonderful evening last Thursday night.
Way to switch it up.
No, I mean, no. Hey, look, I don't care. Hey, don't save your texts and your emails and all that. I don't care who wins. I just want competitive games. But the officiating looks a little. Hey, it's light across the board, but it really looks like there's a favoritism towards the Chiefs. I know I'm going to catch a little heat for that, but that's that's one man's opinion.
Yeah, there's all these conspiracy theories, especially with how much gambling is involved now.
Well, see, that's the other factor. Let's make sure that we understand it's not win or lose. It's points. It's spread. Who gets the first? I mean, there's so many factors built into that, and that is not cool. That was, I mean, in every clubhouse, especially in baseball, every clubhouse since 1920, it says right up there, don't hang out with gamblers, period. And the whole thing, that's why my take on Pete Rose has changed over the years. You know, Pete Rose was one of the most competitive people I ever had the opportunity to watch play. And I've seen him play, in person a time or two in St. Louis. But he broke the rule when it comes to Hall of Fame stuff. And I don't want to hear he was a manager when he did that. I don't want to hear that because they have more control over the game than an individual player, by the way.
Yeah.
And I don't have to rig a game to make that work to my gambler if I owe a debt. I mean, there's a lot of things I can do.
Right.
Overuse my bullpen, underuse my bullpen. I mean, there's a lot. But I was adamant from, 89 till about a year ago. No, he should not get in because he broke the rules.
Right.
I've been saying for the last 18 months now to never happen in his lifetime because he passed away. But let him in. If you're watching a game on TV and they're giving you the odds of every outcome pitch by pitch, seriously?
Yeah. You think these guys don't have somebody running stuff for them?
Absolutely. Well, you know what? The most recent thing with Ohtani. What's really? I mean, what a stud.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, when he became a Dodger last year. Sorry about that, Raul. I mean, my fandom went down a little bit on the guy. And nobody. Hey, I'm not. There's not a person in this room or listening to us that wouldn't be tempted by $70 million contract. Come on.
Yeah.
Stop it with that. Right?
Right.
Somebody comes to you with $70 million over the next 10 years, David, are you going to not give it at least some serious thought?
Yeah.
Matter of fact, if you don't, I'm going to be smacking you around going, dude,
yeah,
I want to be your
good.
agent. Give me my 5 or 10 or whatever you think, right?
Yeah.
It's $700 million over 10 years.
Yeah.
It's 70 a year.
Yeah. Now it's deferred with. Hey, I saw somewhere, Raul, that he has tripled that deferment already by the year.
By gambling?
Yeah. Well,
I'm just kidding.
I think it's by the revenue and then sponsorships. He's
it was close to $200 million that I saw.
That's
incredible.
Yeah, for sure.
Which when they signed him to that, I'm like, well, he'll pay for his own contract in the first 2 or 3 years.
Mm-hmm.
The deferred money will be there long before they have to pay him. I mean, that's a no-brainer. I don't blame him for doing it. I just can't. It just sucks that he's a Dodger. And I'll go on one step further, Raul. Man, those now, you know what? That's the Dodgers right now and the Yankees. They're a pretty good argument for some sort of salary cap in baseball. And I'm a free enterprise guy. I'm a capitalist, but at some point, I know. But while we're on this sports thing, I will say this for sports. Southern Illinois. I'll say it. Southern Arizona Sports Talk. See, that's a Freudian slip every time I throw that in there. Southern Arizona Sports Talk with Raul Soto Romero, moving to 9 a.m. next week, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff changing
Friday.
next week. Yeah.
There should also be a requirement on the back end of that. All these welfare major league teams, Major League Baseball teams, getting millions of dollars and not spending them. That's not cool either. They're taking the luxury tax of the teams that are over the cap, if you will, the soft cap, and they're just putting the money in their pocket. I'll call a few names out. The Twins, Minnesota Twins are one of them. The Rays, the Mariners. Who else have I got? Pittsburgh. Who else have I got, Ro? I mean, you should, if
Oakland A's, right?
Oakland. Yeah, to a lesser degree. They don't. Yeah. Oakland A's for sure.
And then the Rays, they don't even have field this year. They're playing in the Yankee Spring Training Stadium.
Yeah.
They what? For like the whole season?
And you know what? It won't matter because it won't matter. Won't matter. You can draw 12,000 in that stadium. They never draw 12,000 to a game anyway. So what difference does it make?
Oh man. Yeah. All right.
Yeah. All year last year they didn't sell any tickets on the top deck.
Yeah.
Well, I'm glad our sports guy is in the building to add on that information for us. Yeah. The local Marana sports segment today
Southern
brought to you by
Arizona.
Brought to you by I'm just kidding. I'm not going to do shut up. I'm just kidding.
by FanDuel and
all the other stuff.
2-to-1 odds on.
Well, you can say whatever you want now. Zuckerberg's pulling the throttle back on that fact checking.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, I was talking to someone, and I need to talk to you when we're done about something that we had going on, and we know for a fact that the fact checkers, not the fact checkers, but they throttled us on a project that we had. There was a spiritual
They blue-haired us.
Yeah.
That's what I call it, blue herring.
Yeah.
They blue-haired us hard.
There's no doubt.
Yeah.
What happened?
Yeah, well,
we slammed into a wall. We were just cruising along, just like nobody's been. Boom!
Yeah, off. Yeah.
The switch got flipped. The switch was flipped.
Yeah. We are in the era of reckoning.
Oh yeah,
this week.
It's pretty. I love the word.
Yeah, it's pretty awesome to see.
I've been saying that word around here for at least 2 years.
Yeah,
there will be a reckoning. Well, the reckoning.
There's a lot of tears coming out right now for some folks too. Like, oh man, you guys. It's like, well, everything else wasn't working. So
Tammy showed me a grown man yesterday going, "I'm just going to stay at home." Big bad look. I'm just going to stay at home and cry.
Cool, bro.
Come on. That's embarrassing. I've also said
those are called beta males.
Yeah. I've said this too. You know what? Dudes, come on, dude up, man. It's time to be men.
Yeah.
That doesn't mean be bullies. That doesn't mean be dictators. That doesn't mean run
jerks.
around. No, that's not what that means. Just man up.
Be kind and be a dude.
Yeah. Dude, is that local? Is this local?
I woke up to two genders today.
Yeah.
Did you know
you're going to go there.
Oh, I was just saying. Yeah. I didn't know that we needed to clarify anything. I just woke up to that this morning.
My sister, medical field, 35 years.
Yeah.
That's the reason why she chose early retirement.
All the shenanigans.
Yeah. She's like, I just can't do it anymore. She was teaching in, medical students, and
I just thought it was crazy trying to put all kinds of people in different boxes.
It's you know what? Isn't that crazy? Isn't that crazy?
Like, if you really want to see free spirit, you know what I mean? Like, just let it be. You know what? I'm classify things.
David, I'm going to have you on the Clint Peak show here, coming up pretty soon.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you why. We need to start talking about stuff like this, because again, I was smacking around some of my right-leaning friends a while ago about their behavior that I saw over the last few days. I'm going to smack around some of my left-leaning friends too.
Yeah.
You know what? Come on, people.
Yeah.
Are we? Is this where we're at as a society?
We're too comfortable, man.
So you just use the word label. I don't like labels at all on anybody.
Yeah.
I don't want to say. But I just used them. left, right, because you know why? They use those terms.
Mm-hmm.
We're all human beings trying to survive through this life, and we need to be kind to each other. We need to be generous with each other. We need to be respectful of each other. But I don't have to eat your pile of crap just because you tell me that that's the way you. I mean, am I not entitled to my
and vice versa?
Exactly. You don't have to read mine either or eat it.
Yeah, and like I see the sad thing, man. I see households divided with things and everything, and it's like. Here's the deal. You can feel it will fall. Yeah, you can feel that way at home on different sides of the agenda, but at the end of the day, like there's not a single person in my family I don't love. You know what I mean?
How about this? If you're in my circle, if you're one of my friends on Facebook, if I know you, I pray for you.
Yeah.
No, I don't pray like I think you're a bad person. I just pray, hey, God, God bless David and Alex and the kids. God bless Raul and his family. God bless Shay. God look out for, I mean, it's just, I'm thinking about you. I'm trying to offer up a prayer of, hey, God help these people, especially if I know they're maybe going through a rough patch. Mm-hmm. People sometimes have physical illnesses. There's a situation right now. We know a family that it's not good. There's a bad medical issue, and you know what? God help these people through this, heal this illness, but help these people through it. People going through financial, marital strife. I always pray. I will. If you're my friend, I'll tell you, I pray for you.
Yeah, and here's another thing: politics are not going to help any of those situations.
And I never mentioned. Oh, you know what? I'm going to line up all my left leaners. I'm going to line up all my right leaners. I'm going to pray that I'm not praying that way.
Yeah.
God never prayed that way. Jesus never prayed that way. He just prayed for each. Let's pray one, and let's lift each other up rather than tearing each other down. This was in 2016 when Mr. Trump won the first time, and I knew somebody that was losing their mind because of that. And I remember saying to him, hey, dude, and he's a guy my age. I said, hey, if someone came up to us right now and asked us what the 10 most important things are.
Put it on paper.
And he didn't know I never knew how he felt. Mm-hmm. He didn't know how I felt. And again, I'm right here. I'm not either. I'm right here. What's good for all of us? And I said, if someone asked us what's the most important things in our life, how many do you think we'd agree on?
A lot.
And he said, 7 or 8. I'm like, yeah. We might disagree on how we get there, but we all want the same thing. Well, then let's hey, look, David, if you and I only agree on one thing, let's work on that. Yeah. And we get to the other side of that, we'll probably figure out, there's something else I agree with. But we're all both sides. Yeah. That's crazy. That's not the way it's supposed to be. We're a team, whether we like it or not. Doesn't matter I don't care who you are. Yeah. I don't care who your daddy is. I don't care which side of the tracks you were born on. I don't care what color your skin is. I don't care what your religion is. Mm-hmm. Can we get along? Can we find the bridge builder? I mentioned that somebody the other day on a podcast. Great poem. I'm going to have to get it and read it one day here. It's short. But build bridges sometimes for people for bridges that you'll never use for the next person. That's what we're supposed to be doing.
Right.
Build bridges with each other. Mm-hmm. Find one thing that you can agree on rather than fight about 14 things that honestly, David, have nothing to do with the reality of what our lives are.
Right.
And you mentioned legacy media. They're some of the main culprits behind that. Our elected politicians are some of the main culprits. Divide and conquer is what?
Marxist ideology.
1,000-year-old philosophy. Mm. Let's just get them fighting about stuff that doesn't mean jack at the end of the day.
Nothing, man.
Is your family good?
Yeah.
Are you guys good? Are you comfortable? Do you have enough to eat? Are you warm, cold at the appropriate times?
Yeah. It's funny we talk about that too. And before we can get out, I'm talking about the legacy media, the big ones. I saw a post on LinkedIn where an individual who's involved in legacy media had posted that they're in trouble. Just transparent, like, hey, we're in trouble. This is the path we're heading on, and if we don't fix it, we're going to be gone. And I'm like, oh man, see, somebody there gets it.
Yeah.
And then we get into this process, the political process and stuff, and right away they're right back where they started, and I'm like, dude, you're here saying this, but your organization is like completely forgetting the message. You just forgot what happened, didn't you? So you're just gonna keep running with it, and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna shorten that number of time that y'all are gonna exist, because I'm just like, come on.
You know, I'm old enough to remember way back. This in 2024 was 1992 all over again. We just repeated it. So what is that? 42 years, right? Yeah, 42 years. It was just, it's the economy, stupid. When it comes right down to it, people vote with their wallets. Their wallets were a little, as I mentioned a while ago, most people slid backwards over the last 4 years. And you just can't give me enough Pollyanna on TV or radio or whatever to convince me otherwise if my wallet's been affected.
Yeah.
Right?
Right.
And that was James Carville that coined that. Bill Clinton became our president in 92, actually 93, because of that. And Donald Trump became our 47th president because of the same reason. I mean, it was just history just repeated itself. And if you want to see what history is going to look like 5, 10 years, 20 years from now, go back and check. You know why, David? We're right where we were in 1924, in 2024, with the media. We're right where we were. The players have changed. The technology has changed. And I wasn't around in 1924, despite a lot of you thinking I was.
Yeah.
Radio had just become, it was still in its infancy. It was just gaining leg. Up until that time, the printing press controlled everything. If you owned the printing press and could put out a paper or booklet, pamphlet, you were the king. You were the gatekeeper of all information being publicized. Think about it, the Gutenberg with the Bible and all that. 1924, there's a change. Now radio's taken off. A little bit later, TV came into play. A little bit later, now digital. Now here we are. We've come back full circle. You and I own a radio station that took us. It took you a little research time to find it, but it was active basically in a day or two with an app being built. The first radio station that got the towers it took them 18 months.
Yeah.
We know of a company here that bought 2 existing towers to start a radio station. It cost them $770,000, and that doesn't get you beyond Moore Road, by the way. Right? We live in a different world. Our reach is, we have people following us in Lagos, Nigeria. We have a lady coming on Friday. I'm not going to mention her name. We're going to have a little strategy session on how we do this. We're not going to reveal. She probably will not go on camera. If she does, it will be from behind her. She works with disabled children, children with special needs in a foreign country. And we and her sponsors are concerned that we might get her in hot water in her country by talking about what she's talking about. And all she's doing is I shouldn't say all she's doing, but what she's doing is taking care of the needy, the orphans, those in need. And we have to protect her identity, because we're fearful for what might happen when she returns home.
Yeah.
Is that crazy?
Yeah. Again, reminder of the United States and how good we do have it.
We got it so
We got
blessed.
problems.
We got a lot of problems.
Come on.
But they pale.
Yeah.
If you woke up, we hear this all the time. Pastor Craig mentions, my dad, if you woke up with a roof over your head and food in your house and you're not freezing or burning up depending on the temperature, and you can get in a car and drive to work, come on.
Yeah.
You're one of the top, 25% of the people on the planet as far as wealth.
Yeah. All right, we got a couple minutes left.
What you got, David?
What you got anything coming up in Marana that's people should know about?
Well, Founders Day is coming up. I don't know the exact date. State of the town will be John Post's first as the mayor. I can't think of anything right off the top of my head.
Yeah.
It's a month of love next month. Let's love each other.
And before we go, I'd like for us to clarify that we are in no shape or form affiliated with the town of Marana and their websites and any of their
David and I
footprint.
Don't even live in the town.
Yeah,
We just love it.
Here. Yeah, we spend most of our time here. We're here all the time. I did grow up going to the school district and stuff like that. But yeah, I'm just outside, like a block outside the jurisdiction, but the business is in Marana, and we're here every day. We're spending our money every day. We're helping build the community every day. But we are not affiliated with the town, so we still get questions like that, and we don't want to cause any confusion. So we just thought to put it out there.
I'm checking. I'm stopping. I'm not.
I know.
I'm just not going to do it because that'd be childish and petty.
Yeah,
of me.
I just want.
Even though it would be factual.
Yeah.
I would be speaking the truth.
Yeah.
But
Raul, thank you so much for your help in the box, man. Take us out of here. Everybody have a good rest of your week.
Hey, Shay, did you have a good time
Be
back
kind,
there?
treat people good.
Yeah, thumbs
listen,
up.
talk, listen mainly. See you at the Live the Lead Leadership Event Summit tomorrow if you're able to go. If you haven't got your tickets yet, you still got a chance.
Yep.
Use the code LTDM to get 10% off. If you ain't there, you are missing out.
Yep.
FOMO's real. Take care.
Yep.